Welcome to another great episode of Culture Junkies Live, episode 226 on the dial. I'm your host, Kenshiro. Today we're talking all about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the history of the Turtles, the video games, the comics, the movies, what we liked. We're also going to do a 3-player speed run of the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles games right here live on the stream. Introduce who's going to be on the show with me today. In front of me is Mr. GQ wearing a awesome shirt. To the right of me is the great Datakuji. From remote, we got Super Nerd Plus, Fallen Marvel. What's up, fellas?
Hey.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
What's up?
Glad to see you guys are in the house.
Oh, for sure.
You know what? Turtles all the time. I mean, this has been a brand. Obviously, today was supposed to be the release of a very popular comic book, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin. But, you know, you can't rush quality. So they've actually pushed it back a little bit longer.
Whatever. F off COVID.
I wasn't going to go there. But, yeah. So the game, I mean, the 5-issue miniseries, it will still be coming out. It's just, we're just going to have to wait a few months. It'll still be there. But in the meantime, let's run the gamut.
While I whip this out.
Dado, you had something.
Run the gamut.
And I live in a van down by the river.
Well, yeah. So what's going on right now is that there was news that broke after our show last week, I think Thursday, that the people at Epic who make the game Fortnite and Apple are having a squabble, a big-time squabble, where Apple has pulled Fortnite from the Play Store. No, excuse me, that's Google. Google also did it, but from the App Store. And there's a lawsuit that's basically going on because Epic believes that Apple is running a monopoly, not allowing them to sell their V-Bucks at a discounted price without Apple getting their 30%. And I was basically watching a video on this. Apple makes $300 million off of Fortnite doing nothing. And yeah, that kind of would piss me off too. Like, you know what? You're not doing anything but having a store. Could you imagine that if you wanted to sell your television, your Samsung, you would sell the TV in Best Buy, you have to pay Best Buy to put your TV in there? I don't think that's how that works in any other store besides these app stores that are online. You got to pay us to house your store. But there's a lot of stuff that's going on. If our buddy Preem here, he knows all the goddamn details because he's been following us really closely. But the lawsuit was basically put up, and after Apple took it down from the App Store, knowing Epic knew that this was going to happen, and they were ready to go with it. Like, apparently they also did a video in Fortnite that parodied the 1984 Apple commercial with them breaking the television screen, and it's basically saying that Apple has become what they apparently were fighting against in the 80s.
Counterculture against the machine.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. But some people think Apple is the bully.
A quick thing about that. So, number one, that 1984, what was it? The Apple II commercial, I think it was.
Probably.
Yeah. That was an incredible piece of Americana.
Yeah,
it really was. That was a fantastic commercial. But beyond that, personally, I feel like Epic may not win this because they're actually bringing their app to both Google and Apple's install base.
Yeah.
It's their machines that you're trying to put their app on basically for free. So you're asking, it's similar to the way video game publishers put out something on a system, right? Sony does get a cut of that in a way, when with their developer kits and stuff like that. Yeah. So this is kind of really no different in my opinion.
Apple's not doing anything in collecting money. They're having a store. Now, what's also what happened is from my understanding, is that they're pulling anything that Epic has done, which is like the Unreal, what you call it, like developers. There's a lot to it. Yeah, they're doing a lot to it, but it's not something that is going to really hurt Epic. It is something that could potentially hurt Apple because there's people out there who want to play Fortnite. There's people out there who want to play Fortnite mobile. Now, mind you, you can play Fortnite on a Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, what have you. But there's people out there that want to play it on their cell phones, and if they buy a new cell phone, they can't download it.
Right.
They were like, you know what, this is bullcrap now.
Unfortunately, that's just kind of the nature of the thing. Like, until Epic makes their own cell phone with its own OS operating system, they're kind of hamstrung.
Yeah.
And that is forming the basis, I'm sure, of their lawsuit. But GQ, you got any input on this, or you got something else?
I mean, y'all's pretty much said everything that needs to be said on this. I mean, realistically, Apple is in a position where, like you said, it's like, hey, it's our store, our servers. But at the same time, Fortnite being free to play, it's like, okay, you guys are essentially trying to get a cut of those microtransactions. And it's just like, well, microtransactions kind of more or less belong to Epic because it's their intellectual property. But I think they're in a weird spot. But with Apple trying to do dirty, trying to pull out all the Epic games and all the Unreal stuff, that's going to hurt them more than anything. It really will, because it's going to be like, okay, so y'all basically are the fun police, and y'all are trying to pull all the fun out of your store, basically. Because think of how many things use Unreal. There's so many games that use the Unreal Engine. So that's a bad move on their part, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it's something that can change the scope of a lot of stuff, because I get that these companies want to be paid for housing their stuff, but at the same time, I'm just like Apple's always had the lock on their platform. You can't get other stores. Android, on the other hand, has other stores. Like Amazon has their store that you can download there, and there's been other stores that I've seen that I wouldn't even pay much attention to. And I'm not really too sure why Google pulled Fortnite on their end, because they could put Fortnite on the Amazon store, and then you can go to Amazon and still download it. So I don't really quite understand that, but
I think it was the same principle. The reason why. Did you have something for? Okay, so I had something really fast for Run the Gamut. It's interesting. So the full story now has come out about the reason why Ruby Rose left Batwoman all of a sudden. So
okay.
So what she's saying is that in the midst of filming, she suffered an injury doing a stunt for the show, and she wasn't allowed to properly heal from that because of the shooting schedule. She was kind of forced to continue with her duties. I know GQ's already shaking his head, but she was forced to continue with her duties as a lead role on the TV show. And after COVID hit and they kind of had to shut down production and didn't really get to finish, she kind of got to evaluating the rigors of doing the lead role, kind of being injured and stuff like that. So she said, you know what? I kind of don't want to do this anymore. So she pulled out, which really is a bad idea when you're trying to be an actor in Hollywood.
Was she under contract?
Yes, she was under contract.
That's the lawyer's fault then.
Yeah.
They just didn't want to deal with it. She must have been difficult or something, because I look at it this way. The only person that ever got out of a Disney contract is Ed Norton, and they basically kicked him out. So it's like, if you put an actor under contract and it's like, look, you don't do this show, and here's what's what, I'm not letting you out of the show. Now, if you get injured, yeah, we can halt production. We can shoot some other sequences that don't involve you. But for you just to be like, oh, well, I got hurt and I don't want to do it, that's a bad rep.
It's like, that's, you're literally the headliner of the show. So it's, you kind of have to, like, you're put in that position where you have to keep the train going. So it's, it's unfortunate she got injured, but I mean, it is
what it is. I think it was weird.
I'm sure they could have worked around that, especially with the buzz the show had. They could have worked around that.
So Fallon, what do you have before we move on?
So, we mentioned this quite some time ago, but apparently more stuff coming out from actor Ray Fisher. For those of you not quite familiar, he played Cyborg in the Justice League film. Now, of course, he's doubling down on his comments about Joss Whedon. Now he's coming out saying in the past week, saying that Jeff Johns is threatening his career. And, he's already said stuff about Jeff Johns before, saying how he enabled Joss Whedon and all this, that, and the other, whatever. Now, the thing is, with how this is starting to frame up, and considering that none of the other co-stars are backing him on any of this, and if I remember correctly, I think Jeff Johns is involved with another project that Jason Momoa is currently doing. So I don't know, like, it's starting, for someone who claims that they had an NDA, he is saying quite a bit, and it's starting to get a bit juicy smoothie-ish right now. So
anybody that says that, yes.
So
Yeah.
I have to say it that way because like
Yeah.
that's the only way. It's starting to get to that point where it's starting to feel very. It's starting to feel like that.
Juicy
Like I feel like.
Smouye. Holy
I
shit.
feel like he's really just trying to drum this up because it's the Snyder cut and all this or whatever, you know, and then it's kind of like, you know, there's a lot of black voices rising and all that now, whatever. And I think he's kind of trying to ride that wave and whatnot because
there's other ways to ride the wave.
It sure is.
There is, but apparently this is the most convenient because like I don't know, like has he even done anything since Justice
That's what I was
League?
about to say. Because really, it was about to be like, what else has he really been in?
He went back to theater, man. He hasn't really done anything.
Have fun with that. Hang 10.
Yeah.
I love it. For real, dude. Because like, what's his name? Boyega, he had a good moment with the whole Black Lives Matter thing, and that's fine. I have no problem with that. But he's basically done with Star Wars, I think. And then that's, whatever. Hey, you've been in 3 Star Wars movies. Most people can never say they've been in 1. So that's cool. But Ray Fisher, like, dude, you did Justice League. You was in a mocap suit for the entire shoot. And, like, I don't know what it is you got with, the problem you have with people that have J's in their name. But, like... Jeff Johns. I was like, I can't even. What would Jeff Johns even like, dude?
Jeff Johns is spelled with a G, by the way.
No,
that's
his
okay.
last name is spelled with a J.
Oh, okay. Got no. Yeah. Okay. All right.
All right. We get you.
All right. All right.
But no, it's like, stop burning bridges. You haven't even paid the toll yet, and you burning bridges. It's like, come on, man.
Right. I hear you.
I wouldn't do it.
All right. So we're gonna move on and get the party started. I don't
Super
know.
Nerd, you ready?
Yeah, Super Nerd, are you ready for the topic? All right, let's get it going.
From the pages of
Kevin Eastman, Peter Laird created one of the most iconic characters ever besides Spider-Man, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. They took ninjas and turtles, put them together. But originally, they were armadillos. But they scrapped the idea and came up with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And they also created the concept because of, was it Frank Miller's Daredevil run? So that's why I got the grittiness in the first early comic books, the grittiness, the violence. If you didn't know, Shredder died in the first issue.
Spoiler alert.
Later on, yeah, spoiler alert if you didn't know. But came back down the other pipeline, other issues. So a year after that, which would be 1985, nothing happened. They wanted to go blow up with their career. It really didn't do good. The books wasn't really selling like that. But the year after that, it was a guy, one of their guys. They loved the concept, and they brought it over to, what was the first company they brought it to for the cartoons? They came out with the cartoons around 1986. I can't remember the company they got it to start creating it. It's off the top of my head right now, but
unfortunately, we're gonna have to turn people to the toys that made us in order to get that one. But
you gotta go. Yeah, but anyway, so 1986, the cartoon was born, and then they changed in the books. If you know the books, all the turtles had red bandanas. You couldn't really separate them besides their weapons if you didn't know now. But when the cartoon came out, they all gave them different color-coded bandanas so you can differentiate each turtle. So you had the blue bandana, which is Leonardo. He had 2 katanas. You had Raphael with the red bandana with 2 sais. You had Michelangelo with nunchuck with orange bandana, and Donatello with the purple bandana. And he had the bow staff. Now
He had
each
2
character.
bow staffs as a toy though,
Excuse me.
he did.
He did.
which was goofy.
Yeah, I need to
I'm
get
just
that.
saying. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's not very practical, but go ahead.
So they gave each turtle different personalities because if you know in the books, they were named after Renaissance characters: Leonardo, Michelangelo, Donatello, Raphael. But in the cartoon, they gave them more different personalities, so they didn't want to be the same. So Leonardo was the leader of the group. He was very stern. He was head on, doing everything by the book. Then you had Raphael. He was an angry guy, the most powerful one out the group, and a jackass sometimes.
Sometimes.
All the time. You had Michelangelo, my favorite turtle. He was the cool guy. He always want to party, have fun. But then I saw an article a couple of days ago, or just a video I watched, and it said Michelangelo was probably the one doing the drugs because remember he did those PSAs of the Turtles. PSA, it was Michelangelo.
Okay.
Oh
And
man.
all those sorts of bad times.
yeah.
Right. And Donatello. Donatello was the brains of the bunch. He created all their weaponry. He created the vehicles. If you remember the toys, some of the vehicles wasn't even in the cartoon, but they made it anyway, just for toy sales. We know that. So yeah. And the toys, they had different iterations because if you remember the original ones, they had soft heads.
Yeah, I hated those things because you pop
Yeah,
their
they
head
had the
off.
soft heads.
You wasn't getting it
Pop
back
the heads
on.
off, right? Right, and also their bodies, they was unplayable, to be honest with you, because they was in one motion, and if they had like a motorcycle, you can't let them sit on it because their legs were too short, and it's like, ugh. So the toys was kind of jack built. Then you had different characters from the cartoon who sometimes made the cartoon, maybe sometimes came from the comic book, and then the toy just made just random characters or whatever, but they was part of the Turtles, I'm trying to think what else. And the video games, of course. Oh, the video games. The first Turtle game, I think, probably came out around 88, maybe? Because I know part 2 came out 89, right?
Part two.
what?
Part 2 of the
Teenage Mutant Turtles.
the
Cartoon,
movie?
yeah.
of the
No,
movie.
no.
Cartoon was like 86. I
No, I said the
87.
game. No. So
Which
the video
game?
game.
Oh, the video
Well,
game was like
the-
1988 or 89.
Well, I'm saying the first game came out 88. The second game came out like 89, 90, I believe, right?
Yeah, Turtles in Time was 90.
Sounds about right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Turtles in Time was like in the definitely 90s because it was on the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Well, it was one
Right.
of the systems that got it.
Because I remember when part 2 came out on NES. And then that's probably the arcade edition one
89.
they had.
What?
89,
Turtles in Time was
okay.
89?
No. The first Turtles
No.
game you're talking about on the NES is 89.
Right.
Talking
So
about
The one from Ultra Games?
Yeah.
Damn, really?
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Okay, all right.
Well, actually,
So the
hold
second
on,
one had to
hold
come
on.
out in 89 then.
Well, okay,
No. Let's back up.
Yeah, 89
Okay.
probably was the NES one that had the red bandana cover
Yes.
and everything.
Right.
That was the one that
Right.
the arcade game existed, but obviously the Nintendo one wasn't the arcade game until Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game.
Yeah.
So the first one came out, like you said, probably in 89. The second one probably dropped in 91, 93.
The arcade also 89.
Well, the arcade.
Yeah.
But there wasn't, well, I'm saying for the Nintendo.
Oh,
Nintendo
90.
probably got it, yeah, like a year
1990.
later or so. Yeah.
So, not to cut you off, Super Nerd, but one of the things I always kind of wondered. Okay, everybody's got their favorite turtle. It'd be kind of boring for us to even go over that because I think a lot of people might have different answers, but we'd be talking forever. So, the Turtles have had a lot of cartoons, cartoon iterations. They've had a lot of movies. They had 6 movies really in total. So, what's everybody's favorite cartoon iteration? What's everybody's favorite movie? I think that's more, and favorite game was their favorite game out of all the games the Turtles have had.
Favorite game
well-
is probably going to be Turtles in Time. I'm just straight up.
To me, there's
That
only
might-
3 viable choices. There's 3 viable choices for favorite game
Right.
for me. Turtles in Time, the original, which we're gonna play later, and Tournament Fighters.
We're not playing Turtles in Time.
No, I said
he
the
said the
original,
original.
which we're
But
playing
which,
later.
Which tournament fighters though? Because there was more than one.
Yeah.
The one on Super Nintendo.
Because you forgot one. And it's not your fault. You were raised Super Nintendo. It's a Hyperstone Heist. Hyperstone Heist is just as good as Turtles in Time. It is. Like, if you play Hyperstone Heist, it's a freaking dope-ass game, and they're both based off each other. There's slight differences.
Was it on the Genesis?
Yeah, it's on the Genesis one. There's
I
only
played the
slight
Genesis one.
differences.
Okay.
But because like they put Tokar and Razor
Razor.
in the Super Nintendo one, they put my man what's his name?
What's he
The
look
bald
like?
headed guy. He's in Turtles. The bald headed guy.
You talking about Tatsu?
Yeah, they put Tatsu in the Genesis one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that one.
Now any who
Not a lot of people
step
know
forward.
that because
Most people haven't played it.
Yeah.
exactly. I played it when I was a kid, and I wish I had bought it when I was a kid, and I wish I had it as a kid, and I wish I would have got it.
King's the
used
Keem
recently.
over there in the chat. He's down with you.
Yeah, I mean,
that Hyperstone Heist.
there are some people who do know of it, and it's unfortunate it is not talked about as much as Turtles in Time. Turtles in Time is great. I'm not taking anything away from it, but it's younger brother or its side sister or whatever you want to call it. I don't know.
Side
the hell is
sister.
a side
Side
sister?
sister. What the hell is that?
I remember
Side
I think
sister.
we need to
That's-
leave
that's
Venus
unique.
de Milo out of this
I
thing.
guess so. What's
Right.
up? What's up to Harold Smothers in the chat? Wolverine Salad X. Good
Yep.
to see y'all in the chat. Appreciate
Patrons
y'all
in the
checking
house.
in. Checking in.
All right, so King Takeem says his favorite turtle was Leo. My favorite turtle was Donatello, only because I appreciate. I've always loved the bow staff as my favorite martial arts weapon. So that was
My
always
man.
partial to Donatello. for that.
Wait. Why? That's the easiest one to get. Is that the reason?
Huh?
Is that the easiest? Because it's the easiest weapon to get. Because it's basically a stick.
No, it was just I love the whole twirling action and the reach that you can do with it. That's all.
Okay.
That was my thing.
Hey, do you need some feathers on that, Kenshiro, with the twirling?
You know what?
Oh yeah, marching band.
Yeah.
You know, King Takeem
Clowning
said we
the,
don't
we
speak
clowning
of
the
Venus.
bow staff, man. You acting like we didn't pick
Here's
Killy
why-
and so
okay.
I'm sorry.
something.
All right, let me
Gambit had a
explain
better
to you
bow
why
staff.
the bow staff is kind of, and there's nothing wrong with the bow staff. It's fine. I understand the range argument. However, Leo would destroy the bow staff in the
Oh,
couple
he sure.
swings.
He absolutely would.
So
Because it's made out of wood. I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
No, so I get
always
that. That part I
wondered-
get.
Mm-hmm.
That part I understand. I still appreciate
Oh.
it as a weapon. So
always
everybody else,
wondered as a kid.
what's your favorite turtle? Super nerd.
You know, Michelangelo.
Oh, Michelangelo. I'm sorry, he already said.
Yeah.
Fallen.
yeah,
What about
said
you?
Donnie. Like Donnie
Okay.
been my boy since day one. So
All right,
it's
what about you?
like
I got a question.
Okay.
I always thought the bow staff was weak because when I saw X-Men come out, Gambit had his, and I was like, Donatello can't have an extended bow staff or metal, the one that wouldn't break.
I mean,
I'm not
considering his
going to disagree with that. I'm not going to disagree with that. But what about yours, Dido?
Dido. No,
There's no Dido turtle. Sorry.
my favorite turtle, because he was the first Turtles whose name that I found out when I first watched the cartoon was Raphael, and he became my favorite turtle because of that. It was just like, and it's a weird reason, but I was watching the cartoon, and whatever episode I was watching, they didn't say anybody's name for a long ass time, and they said Raphael, and I was just like, whatever episode, I just remember nobody's name was being spoken, and I heard Raphael, and I was like, all right, that guy.
See, me, and Kevin Eastman have that in common.
Yeah.
Because Kevin Eastman's favorite turtle is Raphael, and I actually asked him about that, and he said Raph is his favorite, and we have the same reason too, because Raph, Raph kept the original color from the comics. He's the only one that kept the original color, so
Yeah.
it was just like, you know,
Okay.
And Raph is an asshole.
makes
All right.
sense.
So Raphael is
It
yeah.
just works.
All right. So favorite movie, which out of all the movies that they've had, which is the favorite movie?
First one with a couple of scenes from part 2.
Okay.
Mine's is with the original. Like the only thing I would say is maybe, well, most of the scenes like involving Ernie Reyes Jr. in the second one, obviously, because he was.
Oh man, I was wanting him to fuck some shit
If
up.
I remember, if I remember correctly, he was Donatello in the first movie and second movie.
Yes, that is correct.
So it's like, hey, it's ironic that like Donnie wound up being my favorite, like obviously because honestly, Ernie Reyes Jr. is like one of my most like underrated like martial artists like ever, especially like in film. So, but yeah, definitely original.
Okay.
Can't
Real
go
quick,
wrong with that.
remember that fight we saw where Ernie Reyes Jr. He went to the he's doing a Muay Thai fight. He beat the hell out of that
Yeah.
dude.
Oh yeah, it was
Yeah.
a real
Ernie,
fight.
Yeah, it was
Ernie
a real
Reyes
fight.
is no joke.
He was no
man.
joke, man.
Yeah, I hope he recovered for whatever illness he had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super nerd. What was your favorite movie? Which one was yours?
I have to go with Secret of the Ooze, only because that opening fight scene was just classic. Like, I just think they had that fight scene in the beginning, and then the one inside the TCR laboratories. You know, I thought those was pretty much unique. Of course, the end of
I feel
what?
like he's saying that because that first fight from Turtles in Time. I mean, not Turtles in Time. Part 2 was almost ripped straight from the cartoon. It was like literally a cartoon scene come
Oh,
to
of
life.
course. The thing
Yeah.
is, and we all know this. What's up to Super Saiyan Goku 44 over there in the chat? Been a while since we've seen you.
Bro, Ernie Reyes Jr. is almost 50 years old.
I know.
Yeah, man.
That's what I'm saying. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
But no, the crazy. Here's why Turtles 2: Secret of the Ooze. I didn't like it as much. Like I said, there's certain parts of it I like.
Yeah.
Is because it fell under the same banhammer basically that the cartoon had. Because in the first one,
Yeah.
weapons drawn,
Yep.
sword fights,
Yep.
going at it,
Yep.
nunchucks to the face and whatnot.
Yep.
Second one is like, Mikey, you can't use your nunchucks.
Right.
Nobody used their
Leo, you
weapons.
can never use
Yeah,
your
basically,
swords.
yeah, exactly.
You can never use your
nobody
swords.
can use their stuff. I'm just like,
Yeah.
man, in the first one, they
Yeah.
was taking fools out.
Right.
Man.
I mean, dude,
Yeah.
the scene with Raph in the rooftop was just so dope.
it was.
I loved that
Yeah.
scene. That scene was so
The
great.
second movie it fell victim to angry parents of the first one.
Oh,
They
yeah.
complained about
Absolutely.
it being violent. So
If you think about it, like you said, they did rip it from the cartoon, but then you get to see Donatello being smart, which I like that too. I was oh sweet, because you definitely see how each individual are doing things in the movie. So to me personally, that's why I like too, because you get to see them actually, being themselves. Not saying they wasn't in the first movie, but like I said, Donatello showing his intelligence, Leonardo being Leonardo, and Raphael, going on a tantrum, and they still. I mean, it was still lighthearted, but I think that's where you may not like too as much because they ripped it from the cartoons. Because obviously, Ninja Rap.
I wasn't even going to bring that up. Why did you do that? I wasn't even going to bring that up.
Listen, that's not gonna be hype right now.
I don't care.
Would y'all consider that the
was-
best song he ever did?
Nah,
Hell
his
yeah.
best song is Ice
It's
Ice.
still Ice Ice Baby?
Yeah,
Okay.
but that's his second
it's
best.
it's still Ice Ice Baby.
Honorable
The thing
mention.
is, Turtles just works because again it was Turtles. That was a commercially great decision at the
All
time.
right.
So
Yeah. So King Takeem over in the chat says that his favorite movie was Batman versus TMNT. Now, the only reason I didn't include that in the list of movies is because it wasn't just a Turtles movie.
That's
It was,
because you hate Batman.
no, that has nothing to do with it. Technically, it wasn't even a Turtles movie. It was a joint movie. It wasn't literally just theirs. So I don't necessarily consider that a
I bet you
Turtles
they
movie
count
in
it.
my opinion.
plus they called back to the original movie quite a few times.
Yeah,
so
they
it's
did.
like,
Yeah, they did. So
Hold on, that doesn't disqualify it because it's a joint movie.
in a way, yeah. It's just for me,
okay.
I mean, I just considered it a Turtles movie, not Turtles with Batman. Anyway.
So is Captain America: Civil War not a Captain America movie? Because
No, it is.
That were in
No,
it?
Right.
it literally is a
Fact.
Captain America movie.
pretty
A lot of people
So
why
say
can't they
it's
do
an
it?
Avengers
There
movie,
was a
but
lot
it's
of
not.
joint action going on.
Yeah,
in that.
but people say it's a Captain America movie, and it was even billed as a Captain America movie. So that's it. It wasn't Captain America and the Avengers. It was just Captain America, Civil War. Period.
To be
Anyway.
honest, the fact that Batman beat all their asses like after almost dying the Shredder to me is like makes that mostly a Batman movie.
that was the next night. Batman recovers instantly, like
Prep
overnight.
time. Fuck that.
Right.
Anyway,
Nanobot.
so I'm going to say something that I'm gonna say one that may not be as popular, but I personally really loved it. I
Better
loved
not say
the.
part 3.
No, I wasn't gonna say part 3. I was not gonna say part 3. I was actually gonna say the 3D animated Imagi Films, TMNT. That one,
Oh, TMNT was great.
I loved that one.
I saw that one. In
That
the
was
theater.
Yeah, I did too, and I
Same-
wasn't
same
expecting it to be as good as it was for me. I know it did. I know for some people it wasn't very good. I don't understand why. I thought it was fantastic. From the story that was being told, from the action that went on, just them really acting like ninjas for the first, for the first part, and them being able to use their weapon. And of course, that fight with Leo and Raph. Do I need to say any
The
more?
rooftop fight in the
Greatness.
rain.
Yeah. Do I need to say any more?
What's up to Good Guy Gypsy and Drunken Frog?
And
over
Drunken
there on
Frog,
Twitch.
yeah.
Appreciate y'all checking in.
Yeah. So that one was my favorite movie. I do love the first one. I think that one's number 2 for me, but TMNT is my absolute favorite.
That's cool.
I
Let's-
think I would agree with that because I didn't get to meet yet, and I enjoy the first movie and that one almost equally. And that movie is the 4th movie if you think about it, because it does acknowledge 1, 2, and 3. It acknowledges 3.
So yeah, I thought it was everything about it. I was a little weirded out at first with April being a Kunoichi, but I got over that.
They definitely.
I mean,
my understanding
she
did that in
did
the
at
comics.
least-
and all
Yeah, they did. No, they did. No, they did. They absolutely did. Okay,
You got
so
Fallen?
was that phone?
No, I was just about to say that I guess I was just basically just about to reiterate what Dido just said about like her actually getting some training done. So
Yeah,
but yeah.
because like
And
you
it
look
was
at the
actually
April
kinda
in the
cool,
first
cool.
2 movies, right? And you're just like, no,
Damn.
Kunoichi, no.
The new cartoon is out.
Pig
I
Turco
think.
Pig Turco was cute, though.
I think
Yeah, she was.
the new cartoon is out. I saw a clip of the new cartoon, and not only is April like really into it now, she's black.
Yeah.
What?
So
According to what I saw.
yeah,
In
April is
the-
black
in the
in the,
most
in the
latest-
newer
I
ones,
didn't know that.
in the latest one. So
Yeah.
good segue. Good segue. Favorite turtle
Right.
cartoon iteration.
That's hard because it's hard for me to go back and watch
let's
the original
see.
one now.
Dude, yeah, dude, yeah,
It was meant for us when we were kids.
yeah.
Okay, all right. Here's mine real quick. Original cartoon, I liked obviously a lot of the early episodes because
Yeah.
they were more gritty, they were raw, and back when before they gave Michelangelo the grappling hook, but it called it Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles,
Right, over Ninja
but,
Turtles, yeah.
But I liked the grittiness of the earlier, probably the early like maybe 20 episodes or so, but Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Forever was my favorite animation. That
Oh,
they,
yeah.
they kind of
Yeah.
combined a whole bunch of different stuff,
Yeah.
like multiverse basically.
Yeah.
That one was really good.
Yeah, that's the single best
technically
animation
should have
thing
been
they've
in
ever
the
done.
movie.
Yeah,
That technically should have been in the movie talk.
yeah. I think for me, totally discounting the 3D animated movie, right? For me, the favorite cartoon iteration has to be the Nickelodeon one that they did in the mid to late 2000s.
2012.
Yeah. Oh, it's 2012. Sorry, 2012. Yeah.
Okay, so the one where Shredder like had like longer like blades and red
Yeah.
eyes. Okay, I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah.
That one's cool.
Yeah, and Shredder and Splinter was a kind of like a black rat, kind of white whiskers and stuff like that. Yeah, that one was my favorite iteration of the cartoon. I felt like that one was the best one done, and you know my kids were absolutely hooked on it. You know they were watching reruns and everything. It was great.
King to Keem's 100% right. April spends 89% of her time with at least 6 martial arts masters. She better learn something.
Good point.
And now you think about it, though, you don't want to get kidnapped no more. It's like you better start teaching me this.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
That's true.
Right.
Drunken Frog, his favorite was Leonardo because he had swords. That's cool. 2012 Turtles, slightly over the 2000 Turtles for us.
I don't know what
Super
this is.
Saiyan
The
Goku.
2012 Turtles.
So that's the one I was talking about. The 3D
Yeah,
animated.
but
one.
I can't. Oh, 3D animated.
Yeah,
one.
3D animated.
Because
That
I'm
was
trying to
Nickelodeon.
remember what the
Nickelodeon
heck's
one.
the 2000 Turtles.
The 2000
Was
one
that
was
Teenage Mutant Ninja
No,
Turtles?
The
Is it that
2000
song?
that was
ones
the
was
That's
the one where they
2012.
didn't have any pupils. They didn't have any. They still had. It was kind of. They tried to take it more serious. They didn't have any pupils at all. Like none.
Gosh. Yeah, I don't think I watched any of that.
Yeah, so they look
That
like
came out
kind of like.
2012, Ken.
Which one?
No, the 3D one came out in 2012. The one we're
That's what I was
now,
talking about. The 3D one,
2003.
2012. He said the
thought it came out-
2000
oh.
ones. The one in the
Okay.
2000s was the ones they
The
didn't
one we're
have
talking
pupils
about now was 03.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't like. I thought it came out 2012 for some odd reason.
I mean, you had
That's
the year
what's so
right, just the
crazy about
wrong
it. There's so
iteration.
many-
Yeah, right.
Right. If you, I mean, you think about it, every generation since we were kids has had a Turtles cartoon, you know, in some way, shape, or form. And of course, you know, Nickelodeon bought the entire franchise. Now they own it lock, stock, and barrel. Now, so
Well, before we get to the collector,
Yeah.
because that's coming up in a couple minutes, actually, let's talk about Turtles merchandise real quick, because there was so much.
Yes.
God,
yes,
they
yes.
had anything you could think of. There was a Turtles version of it.
I had a costume.
They had costumes. They had sheets.
So
they
no,
had frozen
no.
pizza.
Did your costume? I
they
mean,
had Turtles frozen pizza. Really? I didn't know that.
Cereal.
I believe that.
Yeah,
believe
I mean, I totally
Chef
believe it, but I
Boyardee.
didn't know it. Yeah.
What'd
What
you
about the
say,
apple
Super
pies?
Nerd?
No, I was gonna say the costume I had. It came with the weapons. It came with the nose, the mouthpiece. Y'all,
You still got it?
Y'all didn't-
You still got
No, I
Dude,
wish I had it.
here's the
you know what I'm
thing.
talking about, right?
No, there's nothing wrong with
it?
that.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not talking about you. I'm just saying
Yeah.
you still got it.
We just
No,
asking
no,
if
I
you-
wish I did because it had the bandana with the nose. You put it right over your face.
Right.
They gave you a shell, hard shell, and it had the whatever turtle you got.
Can you
get some
imagine him
weapons
trying to
on
wear
it.
that right now? Can you imagine him trying to wear
Dude,
that
I
nowadays?
would
Shit would be
totally wear
super
that.
small. I do
And
you?
they gave you
Here's the
elbow
thing,
pads. They gave
Here's
you
the thing.
pads and
I
everything.
remember the exact costume you're talking about. By the time that came around, because I went for one Halloween, I made myself a Shredder costume. 'Cause I
Nice.
wanted to be Shredder for Halloween. But here's the thing.
Cardboard and tinfoil. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I went old school with it. I pulled out like cardboard, spray painted it with like hard acrylic paint to make it like kind of rigid, and then I took actual tin can tops. So like my costume was
Holy shit,
literally
dude.
deadly. Like that bad boy was razor sharp for real.
Dog,
So
I thought
was-
you just went with the tinfoil around the edges.
Oh no!
Oh.
I spent like a good couple of weeks getting every single like, you know, I was like, anytime Mom was cooking, I was like, Mom, I need both of them can lids, like
Wash them out.
right,
Yeah.
like both of them.
Yeah.
And remember the big baked beans?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
had 4 of those, so those are the Shredder's blades. So I had
man.
all man. I went out that year. I was like, look, I'm about to do Shredder proud.
Dope.
You gotta show a picture of it.
I don't have it, dude. This is before cell phones and all
Yeah.
that. The best
He ain't got no video evidence of him being
No,
cute.
I'm talking
Right,
about
best
like,
I
y'all
might
have
have
no,
had best I might have had was a Polaroid cool
This
cam.
really,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
I didn't take no
that
pictures of
takes
that.
me
Hey,
back.
man, he's got that locked up somewhere.
Hell yeah.
He's got that locked up for real. All right, so King Takeem says, my only TMNT toy regret is never having the Turtles van, which I think
My cousin had it.
I was going to say, I thought Super Nerd, I thought you had it. I know
No,
you
I-
have the
pizza
DVD.
thrower.
Yeah, the pizza thrower.
No, the DVD. No, the
That
DVD
box
box.
set.
Yeah, the DVD
Right?
box that I have came in a Turtles
Yeah.
van.
Yeah.
What you got, Fallen?
What is that,
This
Fallen?
right here.
Oh, the pizza thrower? Is
This
that
was-
the
This
pizza
was
thrower?
gifted to me. This was
Okay.
gifted to me a few years ago. But one of the things I had when I was a kid, you guys may remember this. I got this like in '92, but there was a Rock'em Sock'em Robot edition.
Oh, yeah.
Where it was Shredder and
yeah.
Michelangelo. I
Nice.
had
I
that
remember that.
at 7
Nice.
years old, but it was kind of funny because my aunt had got it like discounted from Toys R Us because I guess like one of the arms were broken.
Uh-huh.
So like I had like a turtle with one arm like fighting
Wow.
Shredder with 2. So it was just,
Hey, look, it was
But
a
I-
turtle here. You like the turtles here.
Dang.
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah.
Hey,
okay.
I enjoyed that. I was appreciative.
I
of
do
that,
remember the
so.
Turtle Blimp. Never had it.
Oh, the turtle blimp was.
Yeah.
I had it.
I loved it
I
when
had
they
a
were in
turtle
turtle
blimp.
blimp all the time. Yeah, that was
I had
probably my
that.
favorite part of the original cartoons.
All
when
right,
they had the blimp.
let's hit the collector to keep it moving.
Yep.
And then.
Oh, I got something to show you guys.
Oh, what you got? Here we go.
Do-do-do-do.
The pizza cookbook. Yeah, there we go.
It's
All
a
right.
cookbook.
Yeah.
Yes, some great recipes in here too. It's
All
pretty
right.
neat.
Let's hit the collector and then keep it moving.
I present to you the collector.
Hey everybody, it's the Great Daddy Kuji again here with the collector, and today I want to talk about my Nintendo handheld collection. Now, Nintendo has always been one of the things that I grew up with and I loved, but I was never a big fan of their handhelds until the Game Boy Advance SP came out, which is this one right here. And the main reason is, if anybody knows, is back in the day that the Game Boys did not come in color. And they weren't backlit, and I had a little bit of problem with that. I just did not want to buy anything that was. Now, granted, the SPs are not technically backlit, but you can see them in the dark. And I always thought that was cool. But since I bought that one, I kind of got out of control and started buying the older Game Boys, you know, the in-betweens. And a lot of the games on them are really fun, specifically the ones for the DS and the SP, or the Game Boy Advance. But I started out, not really with my collection, but this right here is the OG Fatty, and it's not the original gray because I have an affinity for green. I love the color green. I think it's the best color, and you can at me at that. One of the best stories I have about this one right here is the Game Boy Advance Micro. It was given to me by a friend approximately 16 years ago, and he told me one thing. He said that the charge on it is dying, the battery's dying, and I can't find the charger. Well, it still turns on to this day. Still turns on, and it has not been charged in 16 years. It's kind of impressive. And then one of the things that I also like is these really gigantic ones right here. I played a heck of a lot. This one right here is the Misses, but I do also have my own, and I most recently got, of course, a green one. So one of the things I like is that they come in the color green. But anyway, if you have any favorite Game Boy systems or Nintendo handhelds, you can talk about it and the power is yours. And until then, I'm gonna throw it back at the studio. Over to you guys.
Culture Junkies!
And switch us over. All right, y'all. So it's game time. You're gonna have to turn off the media screen in the background there. I thought you had turned it off.
We definitely ain't playing no Ghostbusters today, y'all.
Yeah. So you're gonna put in preview. you're gonna put the 4 cams in preview again, and then turn off go to sources and then turn off the media screen. Yeah, and then switch it over.
Damn, technical, Dr.
Yeah,
Tello.
technical. We should. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Way to go, Ralph.
We all getting a little bit of bonus music today, y'all.
You
Just
are.
a little bit of bonus music.
Still haven't figured out how to turn it. The one that says video player. Did you turn the eye off? All right, now switch it over. There we go.
All right.
Hooray!
There we go.
All right.
All right, so it's game time, people. Let's do it.
Hey.
I think you got to hit resume game. All right.
Oh, if y'all actually want to.
I don't care.
Cowabunga. Cowabunga. So anyway,
Cowabunga.
I'm friggin' Leonardo.
Leo, you're the leader today.
Too bad he's not wearing green. Wait a minute. He is green.
Wow.
Wow.
Blue's still a better color though.
No, green is the best color, and you can at me at that.
Orange.
I at you right now.
Orange.
Yeah.
All right, so
That's
we left-
why
we left
Leonardo's
off-
the
we
leader
left
because he's the
off-
best one.
We left off on some merchandise talking though.
Sure did.
So merchandise talk. What are some of the other merchandise y'all had? And then y'all in the chat definitely
Dude,
as
they
well.
had so
Honestly,
many.
man.
Did anybody have the sports turtles? Because I had.
I remember that.
Oh yeah.
Sports ones.
Like so the basketball one and the
Basketball,
Baseball.
baseball,
Yep.
football.
Yep.
Soccer.
Dude, they had a turtle for everything.
Yeah, they had the
dude.
horror
Oh, yeah.
turtles.
Yep, they had the movie Turtles, the Universal Monsters
Yep.
Turtles.
I
And
had
they later
those.
came out with Star Trek turtles.
Yeah, they did. I
Yep.
bet all of those are worth
Really?
some
How
serious
did
money.
they-
Hell yeah.
Dude, I just looked up on
course.
eBay not too long ago, and the these soft head ones,
Mm-hmm.
you get a soft head complete for $22.
Well, like
Damn.
in box?
No, it's just complete. It has all the accessories,
Oh, I got all that.
but it's the soft head.
I got all
Johnny,
those.
You still got a soft head?
They just- well, they
Dude,
just
I
brought
haven't
the-
even
yeah,
seen
After,
that.
you guys have to remember. I do have a couple years on y'all.
Right.
So all of the stuff like that I wanted, by this time I was like working or like doing allowance stuff and getting stuff that way.
I'm down to sell.
So like I was literally like buying what I wanted. So I would ride my bike up to Kmart. Remember Kmart?
Yeah.
Yep.
Ride my bike up to Kmart. Be
Shout
like,
out to Blue Light Special.
yes, sir. Ride my bike up to Kmart and Toys R Us. Be like, okay, what Turtles toys y'all getting this week? Like I said, I've said it many a times. Being a collector, they hated me at Toys R Us and Kmart. I was
Damn,
like,
you
what
was
y'all got in the
demanding
back?
that 12.
What y'all got in the back?
What
You
you
sure
got in
did.
that?
No,
Who was this kid? Why is he up
I
there?
know. Truck came in. I need you to go and check the
Oh,
check the
dude,
back.
I used to know every store's delivery schedule.
Yeah.
Like I was terrible.
Like, here comes this.
I was like, it's Thursday. Toys R Us, y'all got a truck this morning. So we're like, what y'all get? Lickety split. Achievement unlocked. Shredder, how you gonna jump that far? I know you a ninja, but God's gone. He jumped across an entire room with carrying somebody.
right?
Drunken Frog said he had Ninja Terry. Who's Terry?
Ninja Terry. I am unfamiliar.
Oops, I didn't fail.
Put the lights on, man.
Bro,
Friendly fire. But man, you see it. Look, if
Don't
you
be
see,
stealing the pizzas.
if you see, yeah, exactly. Remember that one kid that
dude,
always come in?
I used to hate them little brats.
It was my cousin did that all the time. He was
Man,
super-
whatever.
I'm
You
like,
know
"Oh."
you used to do that too.
Right?
No, I was a fair one. I was a fair guy because I would keep my energy, and he would just die like crazy. I'm like, bro, we almost there.
Hey, shout out to James Avery. Rest in peace for doing
Right.
Shredder's voice.
Yes, yes.
The legend.
Tonight I dine on turtle soup.
Just one more reason I missed that.
I'm sorry, but you know how strong a turtle has to be to knock a manhole
Manhole
cover
cover,
thrown
right.
at them? First of all, how strong is that foot soldier?
Right?
It's a robot.
I don't care. You know how much a manhole cover weighs? And these robots dying with like a couple of hits, so them robots wasn't all that durable.
So, do you remember the turtles, the pie, like the apple pies?
Yes, sir.
Oh
I
my
remember all
gosh,
that.
I remember
with
that
the, with the green ooze.
Yeah.
It was
The green,
green.
Yeah, green apple ooze. basically.
Oh.
Yeah,
I was
I
never a
used to
big
love
fan of
those.
those super sweet things, though. For
I
whatever
love those.
reason. I know a
Fun
lot
fact
of
now.
people did, but like honey buns, I love the honey buns, but then they got too sweet for me, and I just can't do it.
Yeah.
I kind of like subtle sweet stuff. That's kind of why I
So-
like Japanese and Asian friggin' desserts because they're not stupid ass sweet like they are over here.
Gotcha.
Like you fucking eat it and your kids freaking fill it in their tea.
See, you don't like things that are too rich.
Yeah, it's just like
Okay, that's fair.
Oh, you know, us Americans, we gotta drown shit. in
Quick
sugar.
memories for everybody in the chat and everybody on the panel and as well as the remote. What's your guys' first memory of seeing this game? Like first time you saw it? Where were you?
I
You
don't
know where I was.
I don't know exactly. I was in an
I was
arcade. but I
Main
don't-
Street Arcade.
Yeah,
Right,
it
Main
could have
Street
been Main
Arcade.
Street,
Yeah.
or it could have been Chuck E. Cheese. I don't really remember.
All right.
Well, I remember because I had the NES version. I didn't see the arcade until later. I said,
Okay.
"This arcade in this?" Because I didn't know. So the first time I'm playing it, my cousin got it for Christmas. He got this game for the NES, and that's me falling like that. But I never knew about the first game until my cousin had it like years later.
And of course,
Wow.
this was after Konami had already made the great.
Konami was great.
They made the great 6-player X-Men arcade game
Yes,
machine.
sir.
Correct.
And I was just like,
Correct.
dude, they made X-Men and now they made a Turtles game? Dude, this is like awesome.
Yeah, Konami was the king of the licensed games back in the day.
Really were.
man.
Simpsons,
Just keep dying.
Turtles.
Oh, did you guys know?
Oh yeah.
Seriously?
If you remember the Turtles, they went on tour as a rock band or whatnot.
out
Oh,
Shell.
that was
Oh,
terrible.
I
geez,
think
that
a
was
lot
terrible.
of us. I think a lot of us were trying to forget that.
Yeah, we forgot.
Right?
that
Did
on
you
purpose.
know? Did you know that NECA brought those toys
Oh
out?
my toe. Yeah, I saw those.
I couldn't believe that. I was like, wow, this fool's had on white tennis shoes. Like, what is? Like, how do you do that to them?
They can have them. So it's just. That
I knew
was-
something
that
was up. As a kid, I knew
good.
something was up.
All right, now
That
King
was the
Takeem
stuff
over there
of
making fun of me,
nightmares.
talking about the Toys R Us employee Frank. That well-spoken black kid's asking what shipment we got in today. I ain't gonna lie, dude. Again, I was known at the Toys R Us, not up the street from me, man. I used to go up there all the time.
Stayed on it though, man.
I don't know why you down there waiting for the missiles to shoot at you.
So I know my introduction for this was I had a friend that had this on NES. Like,
Okay.
By then, like I was like nowhere near an arcade,
Leo
so
Speed,
like
yeah.
I was kind of deprived of that as a child for a long time. So it was like if it wasn't on home console, I didn't really know about it. But like I had a friend that had this and
Okay.
played. I think it was like one time where they played the first Ultra Games game and this like back to back, and you know, of course, you know, we were basically like they were using like Game Genies out the ass back in the day.
Oh yeah.
So,
Now,
you know,
speaking of the-
so
Yep. Now speaking of the
So,
Ultra
like-
game, how many of y'all was disappointed
Oh,
when
my
you played that?
gosh.
Totally.
And thought it was gonna be this.
Totally disappointed. I was like, dude, what is this? And then of course that,
What game? What game?
The original
the
NES
Ultra
one.
game.
game.
The Ultra game.
Yeah, the original NES
Oh,
one.
yeah.
it
Well,
was like-
that's
like,
what
wait.
I found out first about that one. That's
Yep.
how I found out. And then when I played the very first game, my cousin had it. I said, man, it don't play like the one in part 2, because that's my first time playing. I'm thinking it's gonna be just like part 2 or whatever.
it's like
Oh,
nah.
Did that
this
freaking guys? Did you guys see that? That freaking Mouser had me, and he was in the freaking full Nelson. What you call it before he changed his animation?
You know, games would mess up every now and again.
Shout
But
out
yeah,
to
the damn stage
Baxter
was
Stockton,
who used to be black.
who used to be
Right.
black.
Yeah, he started.
Dude,
That's why I was
started
going
off
Like when I
like
found
comics.
that out, I was like, oh man, how racist is
Dude,
that?
they did that with Rocksteady. Remember they had the transforming
Yeah.
freaking what you call it, and they brought out. No, it's Bebop was the black one.
Bebop was black.
Yeah, Bebop was black, right? And so they came up with the transforming goddamn Bebop and Rocksteady, and they were both white. And I was like, wait a minute, that's not that's not right.
Yeah. They're either like, wait a minute, they made him black. He's not supposed
Oversight.
to be black.
ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen.
he is supposed to be black.
Yep. King to
Hey,
King,
my
though,
thing
you're
is-
100% right about that damn stage. Go ahead.
What the hell just happened?
You got hit by something.
I got hit. I hit
I
the
was-
pylon. The
Well-
pylon smashed me into the wall.
Well, hey,
Hey, friendly fire, man.
exactly. Go ahead.
That's
Go
But
what
the
ahead.
happened to
pylon,
me.
I was in behind the pylon.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
It happened to me.
Go ahead. Super nerd.
I'm still laughing at D.
That was the
So
most
everybody,
ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life.
This is rare form
Really?
when
Was it the most
Dido
ridiculous
talks
thing
like this.
you've
It's comedic gold.
Oh my gosh, could shoot my toes.
Go on quick.
They
Go on
going-
quick. Shoot me in my
Dance,
pinky
boy,
toe.
dance.
They going for them toes, man.
Go ahead,
He
quick.
just kept shooting me
The
in
thing
my
is-
finger toes.
Here's the thing. I gotta give Konami all the props on this one because they got the original voices. They got like everything. They got the music.
Raph
They
get
got
pizza.
like everything was. I don't know. Nah, skip that. Raph might like
Darn
pizza,
it,
but
dude.
he's not gonna grab
Low-key.
no pizza today.
I'm still mad to this day. Every time you walk past a car, you're afraid to walk in front of it because you know you're gonna get hit by it.
Heck yeah.
That
Fortunate
freaking
for
goddamn
years.
uppercut, bro. The uppercut.
Hey, Bebop and Rocksteady ain't never been this strong. Here comes the doubles. Go ahead.
First of all, their name was Bebop and Rocksteady. That alone just sounds like some jive shit. Like,
You jive
I
turkey.
mean, considering
Dang, that's the
Bebop
first
was
time
black,
Bebop
it's
went
just
down
like,
that
it's
fast.
I've been hitting him with the.
Go with
That's
the special.
supposedly the strongest.
Yeah, that's the strongest attack in this game.
Yeah.
Because on the Nintendo, you can run through the entire game doing just that.
Right?
That's what I've been trying to do. Is I'm having a hard time lining them up. And I'm getting hit with some boo.
Yeah, it
Some
sucks.
bullshit.
It sucks that they took Raphael's role away in the Nintendo one because they couldn't animate it.
Yeah.
but
April, if you could,
Sounds about right.
she was sitting there tied up that whole time. Then she just gonna get up. I'm mad.
You had to have enough money, SS Goku. If you didn't have enough money, you could beat this game.
Quarter cruncher for real.
You needed
Yeah.
about $40.
I'm not gonna lie. Some games I'll beat in the arcade when somebody's about to die and the number be counting down. I'm gonna put a quarter in real quick and try to beat their level.
Hey, we all did that.
Hey, here's the thing. The one game that I had arcade rules of things that I would do when I would walk into an arcade. First one was use the bathroom before I even go into the arcade.
Right.
Because I learned the lesson the hard way. I was about to beat Dragon's Lair. You remember? All y'all remember how hard that damn game was. I got basically to Singe's level and couldn't hold it no more. It was like, dude,
Gotta
gotta go. And of course, you go to the bathroom.
Oh, that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
You ain't gonna have enough time to get back and put your
Right.
money back in.
It's not like it's the arcade Pac-Man when you know those routes.
Yeah, them patterns and whatnot. So,
Hey,
so with
it's funny.
Turtles. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. It's just funny. Think about it. You ever like walk past and just touch the knob and the character start moving because somebody put the quarter in, probably they went to the bathroom when you thought the game was just a demo.
Yes, sir.
I did it all the time. I'll check the knobs to make sure. Okay, I'll just
Yep.
play, but go ahead.
The other thing was, if I was gonna play a game like this, which was a quarter cruncher, it was like, okay, go get like $2 or $3 worth of quarters before you even start, because you know you're gonna need it. Because if this machine wasn't close enough to the change machine, forget it.
Right?
So like,
Like, I'll be right back. And then like,
Right.
no, you took my spot.
exactly,
Game over.
exactly.
The
You
car,
be ready to
hit
fight
the car.
somebody over that.
Hey,
You used to be ready to fight somebody
hey,
over that.
Super Saiyan Goku, 100% right. That mom said that $5 is all you getting.
Yep.
Yep.
You do your damnedest to make that shit last.
Hell
You
yeah.
guys are lucky. A lot of times when I went shopping with my mom, I would escape to the arcade. She wouldn't give me no money.
What if I said escape?
Yeah, I would escape. I had to escape. It was not. I'm not joking because I
Oh, no, without a
hated
doubt.
shopping with my mom.
Because here's the thing: for
all
anybody
did.
that grew up in this area, there was Crowley's. Crowley's was the store, the last big department store right before the arcade at Tel 12 Mall. And my mom used to spend hours in Crowley's, so I was like,
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I need money.
My mom was hours at everything. It don't matter where it was at. Kmart.
You want me to keep telling you? You want me to keep telling you that it's time to go yet? Come, run that money. Run it.
Yeah. Yep. So like, yeah, the arcade was, man. That's one thing that kids today, I get that, yes, they got all this stuff at home.
Yep.
But the camaraderie in the arcade, like you meet so many new
Oh,
people
yeah.
at the arcade, man. Now,
And-
granted, nowadays it's pretty dangerous to meet new people, but
Right.
And people
Right.
weren't shooting their mouth off like in fighting games. You had people talking
Well,
junk.
yeah. Oh,
It's
yeah.
not like
yeah.
online when they shoot their mouth off.
They wasn't doing
And
reckless shit.
swatting doesn't happen. Never
Yeah.
happened because you have petty ass people out there. Oh, I'm gonna call the cops on somebody because I'm getting my ass kicked in
Right.
a game and
Like,
get these people shot.
right.
Dude, put your quarter up, man. Come on now. That was
Putting
my
your quarter up,
plan.
man. Dido on his machine. I think he got one of them quarter
Yeah,
racks.
I bought one and put it up there.
Yep. Arcade 1-Up's a little too small for a quarter rack. Maybe put a dime rack up there or something.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
Part of the game. It's like that part of the game always reminds me how much like I always loved the futuristic stage in tournament.
Turtles in Time. Yeah.
That was like always my favorite stage on that game was when you went to the future.
Yeah.
and you
All right.
were,
King
like, on
Takim is right
hoverboards
out of
and
the
shit.
chat real quick. He said that Bebop and Rocksteady were strong when they first transformed, and that's true because they were new characters. I want to know who's driving, and I want to know why these fools.
It's Michelangelo.
It's like, dude,
Because he's hot.
But I get it. But apparently, because he crashed out, it's like, dude, you could have made that turn. You easily could have made that turn. All right,
Like,
so how are we doing on the speed
wasn't
run?
there like there times?
Oh, we got a couple more minutes to beat it.
When, like,
Oh, wow,
wasn't
we
there
got
times
6
when the
minutes.
van where
I don't
was
think we can do it in
automated?
6
at some
minutes.
point?
What'd you say, Fallen?
I said, were there times when like the van was automated?
Watch out.
It
That's
must
what I
have been
always
because when
thought,
all
too.
4 turtles was there, it was like, dude, is Splinter driving?
Take those things out.
Yeah, because think about it, playing with in the arcade with 4 people. Who else could it be?
Yeah, I remember this game vividly. Obviously, the Admins 6-player game. Remember that vividly.
Classic.
Yep. See if they have, now granted Arcade 1-Up did of course come out with this and TMNT 2 Turtles in Time, but if they ever came out with, and it wouldn't work for that form factor, but if they ever came out with that 6-player arcade game for Arcade 1-Up,
oh, man.
that's bought.
You gotta buy that.
Can you imagine how they would have to give you a wide screen, wider than what widescreen is?
Well, remember that one was a dual screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have to be like a whole like that would have to have like the whole shebang in order for that.
Yeah.
To work.
What was it?
That was an
What was that thing
experience.
called? That driller? I forgot what that thing was called.
Mr. Driller?
They were
No.
transport
that
tube,
thing.
transport tubes or something like that.
Yeah, come from the second round.
Yeah, but I thought it had a name though.
The module.
Oh,
the
yeah,
module.
yeah,
That's what we
something
call it.
module, transport module or something.
My cousin had that too. He almost had everything. He had that thing. I think he only can fit like 2 turtles in there or 2 foot soldiers or whoever.
Yeah. That was the thing with the Turtles. Like, I didn't get a lot of the vehicles. I got mainly the actual figures.
Yeah.
Like, that was my
Yeah.
main thing.
Did anybody have
I'd
the
have-
friggin' those Rodneys?
Roadkill Rodney?
Roadkill Rodneys. Did anybody have that toy?
What is that? Who is that?
The little robots
those
that come out of the
robots.
ground. And then,
Oh, I thought it was called Mousers.
nah, Mousers are the ones that look like
different
mice.
robot.
Oh, okay.
different
You talking about the episode where they actually caught Bebop the Rocksteady?
Yeah.
the actual,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if there
those
was a
things.
toy for those.
Yeah.
You know
It
what?
seemed like
I
that
don't
would have been
know.
like a deluxe toy or something. Because like that
Right.
that's not something they would have put in a regular like blister pack.
Right.
I hate this guy. Anybody remember?
Yeah.
Wait, what is his name? Anybody in the chat? Anybody or even Super Nerd or Fallen? What is this guy's name? Because I remember the other one was General Trag.
You should always call his ass a Rock Lord.
I called him Colonel Rock,
Yeah.
but I didn't know what his actual name
I
was.
forgot to know his name. Because it was 3 of them, wasn't it?
I only remember the 2 that
Yeah, I remember the 2 mainly, General Trag and him.
Okay.
He's dead. He's dead.
I can't remember his name. That's crazy. Dimension X.
Oh wow! Super Saiyan Goku said only game he ever beat in the arcade was G.I. Joe the arcade game.
That was actually way too easy. So, I mean, it's about a quarters, obviously, because it was on a rail,
All
but
right,
still.
all right. We've
reached the end.
4 minutes left.
4 minutes left. Can we beat it? I think we can.
Well, we can
Yeah,
definitely
keep
beat the
moving.
game.
Just keep moving.
Yeah.
As long as the screen lets you scroll, keep going.
Well, you kind of have to kill most of the enemies.
Yeah, I know. You got to kill them. And
Question: Did it add more levels in the NES version?
Yes, they
Yes,
did.
they had to.
They added 10
What the
levels.
fuck's on? I
I mean, they had
Okay.
God, look how fast that one is going. That's unusual.
Dude.
Well, you know.
Yeah, because I beat the
whatever,
arcade
yeah,
version when I was a
you're
kid, and
true.
I never actually beat the NES version.
Oh, the NES version was tricky. Like you had to know patterns and you had to like really just be on your toes. But remember all those fake codes they used to have for the NES version? Like you could play with Simon Belmont and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I remember sitting there for about an hour trying to do
Trying
that.
to insert that code? Yeah.
Not thinking like, dude, it doesn't make any sense. You physically don't have enough time to do it. It's like it's not possible.
Right.
But of course, you know, you see them pictures, photos back before you knew what Photoshop was.
Right.
I'm trying to remember
Did
what achievement
anybody
was.
ever-
Was there an achievement for not getting frozen, or was it an
Yeah.
achievement for?
It's achievement for not getting frozen.
Oh, okay.
I hate it.
I wasn't even in front of that.
Really?
And the thing is, it's so
Awesome
random.
not getting frozen.
Somebody
Look at it,
did
there
it.
you go.
Look at
Yeah, I
number
did.
got
2.
it.
Yeah, I did because I'm awesome like that.
Hey, did anybody ever play the Tiger handheld one?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. I used to have a bunch of
I had
Tiger
it.
handhelds.
I had one of them. I think I had like the one that was.
Okay.
Granitor?
Granitor was the name of the
long.
Rock Soldier. Appreciate you, Super Saiyan Goku. Appreciate you.
Like I had that
Granitor.
one Tiger handheld that was like the long one. It had like that weird
Oh, isn't that normal shape that they have?
like it was like an abnormal shape, but it was a Tiger handheld, and it was like I remember I
Did
had
they re-release those recently?
Yeah, they released a couple Tiger
They
handhelds.
did? I don't know if it was
Yeah, they
those. Yeah,
Yeah, but
did.
Super Nerd, those are the roadkill Rodneys. Those little robots that are
Oh,
those little one-wheel
okay.
deals. Yeah. All right, General Trag. Dang, got that quick pip hand.
Right?
Uh-oh. Damn. I
no
knew he was going to. Nah. I almost had it
I was
locked.
in it.
Yeah, you was
Yeah.
in it. That was the one thing, though. Donnie could go through this entire game by himself if you knew your distances.
Right.
Like, Donnie was a
wonder,
G on this
like,
game, for real.
It kind of makes me wonder.
Dude is
what
so
they would
annoying.
I feel like I'm nowhere near him, and you just got this gigantic hitbox.
I'm telling you, it's that pimp hand, man.
My pimp hand
Dude,
strong
I was angry at the
Damn.
NES version. There's a part you had to go to a dojo and you had to fight these tigers.
Oh, yeah,
gotta hit the tiger
but
in the
that
nose.
level was awesome, though. And you had to fight that Shogun robot.
Yeah, I got to that part. I think that's where I died at.
God damn! You see that?
Tell you,
like,
man,
nah.
that dude's like, my pimp hand's strong. Look at him. All right, we only got 2 more bosses left, and we're going to go into, it's 10 o'clock now, technically.
All right.
So,
But we started late. We didn't start.
No, we
at
started
9:30.
early. We started early.
Well, we didn't start at 9:30. We were playing the game. So we said we was going to try and do it in 30 minutes.
oh, well, whatever. We're about to do this. It's about to happen.
God damn it, Crane.
Get it done. Get it done.
Hit once, move. Hit once and move. Stick and move.
Oh.
Really? That's what we doing today, Crane?
You know what? It makes me wonder what they probably would have made those Dimension X soldiers look like had they had moved forward with the third Michael Bay Turtles.
You know, this. You know what? Those were such a disappointment. But
They had an opportunity to
They
do that
really
right, though.
did. That second one, the whole Dimension X thing with the Technodrome, that shit was sweet.
It would have been cool, and I'm just mad that they made Krang too comical. I'm like, dude, Krang should
Yeah.
have been hardcore,
Yeah.
man.
Krang was hardly in it.
No, I'm talking about the movie.
Yeah, in the movie.
Yeah, I know. He was hardly in the second movie.
Yeah.
He only showed up a little bit at the beginning, and then he showed up for the final fight at the end of the movie.
Yeah, I know, but then froze Shredder. I'm like, they actually had a good actor to be Shredder this time around.
Yeah,
the
he
hell?
was decent.
Tossed him aside yesterday.
Yep. But I actually do still have that Krang with that robot though. Robot with the Krang in his stomach. I still got that.
That's freaking dope. That's
Yep.
one I never had.
I think I literally just. I think
Krang in my
again, it was
body.
one of those Toys R Us things. Walked in and saw it, was like, I gotta have it, and then just bought it.
So how much was Craig's body originally?
How much
How
was
much
Crank's
was-
body? It was probably like
for
20,
the
30
figure?
bucks. No, probably $20. That would have been like a
I remember
$20
having
toy
it.
back then.
Yeah, I remember having that too, but I couldn't
Alright.
remember the price.
Remember, if you knock his helmet off, leave him alone because he's a clone. And I think the one that just shot at us
Yeah,
is the
it's
real,
the real
one.
one. That was
So-
him, I think.
Shredder had
Damn it!
had
Almost, I
lightning
could have got that
again.
achievement of not getting shrunk or not getting turned into a baby turtle.
Wait, so how did you figure that out? That if you don't hit the one without the helmet, it's a clone.
Just playing this game a million times in the arcade. After a while, it was just like the clones. Their helmets fall off real fast, and the one that keeps his helmet the longest is the real
The
one.
real Shredder. Yeah.
So the real Shredder way up here in the corner trying to be all slick. But as soon as you knock the real Shredder's helmet off, he can't clone anymore.
And he has some powers. He has some little
Oh, no,
tricks
without
up
a
his
doubt.
sleeve.
Shredder was the deal.
Yeah, he was using Force Lightning earlier. That's what I'm
Right.
saying.
But it's kind of messed up. He died out. He died out and got a grenade thrown on him, and it's just that
I
sucked.
didn't
Like, how
realize
you
I'm still
got?
alive.
Oh, I got him off.
Got him.
Nice.
Got him.
All right,
look,
that's not bad.
you don't-
That's not bad. Slightly 2 minutes over show.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
Appreciate y'all having fun with us, enjoying it. Meow Yin checking in, talking about her favorite was Slash.
Oh, of course.
Pizza stinks,
fair.
according to Slash, the mutant turtle from
I remember
Dimension
that.
X.
I remember that turtle. I
Yeah.
had that turtle.
He actually showed up in the cartoon too.
Really? He was like all weird looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, but his toy was sweet though.
Yes.
His toy, he looked freaking crazy.
He was kind of like a bluish green.
yeah, he was kind of
Yep.
more psychotic looking and whatnot.
Black mask.
Freak the Foot, mangled the
Sergeant
Mausers, and
Granador.
totaled the Technodrome. That's turtle power. But what about Shredder and the Krang? Burned the toast, vaporized the milkshake, or escaped to Dimension X? Until we know, none of us can sleep safely in our beds or shells. Here's the crazy thing. They saw Krang leave. How they gonna ask that question?
Right. But they don't know where he went.
He left.
Right. He gone.
Right.
He gone.
Right.
Yeah, I remember
If y'all would have used the killing stroke, you could have killed Shredder after you knocked him down. But,
Right.
teenagers.
It's Simple game.
I think Shredder died more times than Professor X. He just
lives to fight another day. Lives to fight another day.
because he's been cloned. He's been brought back as a zombie.
Oh yeah.
Died, came back, resurrected. So he's been
Shredder,
dead
though,
and gone.
Shredder is still one of my favorite cartoon villains, though. I think the James Avery voice, the look of the character, like everything about Shredder was just cool. Even though they dumbed him down for the cartoon,
They sure did.
but damn, in that movie he was freaking the original.
Dude,
Bro,
when he first showed up in that first movie, bro, I was because again, you go into the theater, a 5-year-old, from watching a cartoon for about like 3 years, and then you go into that movie, you see Shredder, you like, oh my god,
Yeah.
like,
money
this dude is scaring me.
which you have earned tonight. You make us all proud.
Dude, I heard him, man. Like Shredder had me shook at 5 years old.
Loyalty can earn the right to wear the dragon doji.
I shook.
That dude.
5-year-old be shook.
Oh, that's right.
Controlling everybody.
It controls them all.
I don't know what's the deal with that. Yeah, you can't enter your own thing in your.
Well,
That's bull. Hey, the
only person that was here. Should have put in TGRI. You know, you can't fit it.
Right.
That's crazy.
Now,
Well,
see, this was the coolest part. Like
it was
in the
the
arcade,
coolest part, but
the
this
wave
is the
music.
part that's gonna get us copywritten.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
Cameras up.
get out of there.
Cameras up.
Yep. All right, there we go.
Right.
Xbox guide and a
Right.
half shell.
Yeah, so that was a show. We talked a lot about the Turtles. We had a lot of fun time. I actually saw the speed run that we did, clocked in about a little under 30 minutes, maybe.
Just a little under.
Just a little under 30 minutes.
We did all right.
Yeah, for 3 players, not bad. Not bad. I mean, it wasn't exactly a hard game to do anyway, but so yes, there's
whatever.
that. There's that. You know, at least we didn't have to come out no money.
Man, you would have wasted $5 just now.
Right. Yeah, I know. Well, I think it would have been a little more than 5, probably.
Maybe.
Seeing as how we only had like the one life.
Yeah.
You know.
No dip switches, man.
Right. Yeah. No dip switches at all. Like usually we start with 3 and we only got the 1. So,
Right.
you know, there's no big deal. All right. So next week we got we're going to have another special guest in studio, a longtime comic artist. We're going to talk about, what's the topic exactly? Is the black comics in,
Just black comics in the industry.
Yeah, black comics in the industry.
Because
Okay.
remember, today, if y'all don't know, not today, the whole month has been Black Business Month, basically. Black Businesses Month. So
yeah.
we've highlighted some people that had their own businesses and they happen to be black. So
Yeah.
that was fun.
Yeah. So make sure you tune in next week for that for that show. It's going to be next Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. If you did enjoy everything that we've done today, the speed runs, talking about the Turtles and everything like that, do consider joining our Patreon. So it's patreon.com/Culture Junkies. We got 3 different tiers for you to choose from, starting at $1, as low as $1. And, you know, make sure you come back during the week. Both the Great Ataku and myself will be streaming a lot of video games. He's been doing Fall Guys and Binding of Isaac. I've been playing the Marvel's Avengers beta the past couple of weeks, and I'll be doing it again this weekend. So make sure you come back and check our Twitch channel for the schedule. It's twitch.tv/Culture Junkies. We want to thank everybody for joining us today. So for all my friends, the Great Atakuji, GQ, Fallen Marvel, and Super Nerd Plus, I'm Kenshiro. We'll see you guys next week. Have a great one.
Yo, so we got like a strip club prices for the Patreon, huh? You get $1.
Make it rain, man.
I say my dollar for
Make it rain, dude.